Paulo Costa and Robert Whittaker did not get a performance bonus. I feel like, I don't know, man.
Really?
That fight was something else.
Because they don't only limit it to just one, right? Like it's not just
No,
like yeah,
no,
that's
no.
wild. It was a crazy night, but still, that shit was that the?
Yeah,
I'm trying to think. Did it go?
yeah, I went all the way.
Yeah, it went the distance. Yeah,
Remember in the end of round one, like the end of round one, how Rob just got wobbled with that. I don't know, man.
yeah.
That was a crazy ass fucking.
Yeah, that's the thing. I feel like Rob. I guess Rob kind of dominated after that, technically, like in a lot of places around that. But it also felt like Acosta was there. Like he was like.
Yep.
I won't even say that Rob was dominating. I think we even talked about that. Like Rob won majority of the rounds outside of the leg kick, but it wasn't like he was
Yeah.
like. Yeah, I feel like this nigga Costa was competitive the whole time. I feel like I don't know.
Yeah.
That was his thing. That nigga Costa looked good too. Like it was crazy. Like
Yeah.
especially at certain points, like
Yep.
the nigga's kicks looked kind of just felt like he could. It's just scary every time this nigga kind of brought
Yeah.
him out.
No
Actually, but
no telegraph. Yeah, it was
mm-hmm.
really nice. He's fun. When his career is said and done, people are gonna realize how fucking like how fun he was. Like he's just a fun person his whole
Yeah.
career.
Nah, we really missed. It seems like that was just missed out because what it's 2024, and the last time he fought was
Like 2022.
yeah, yeah. It's
Yeah, a
just we
long
just
against Luke Rockhold. Yeah, a long time ago.
just didn't get to see him recently. So it's cool. It's cool to see him back in the ring, and
Yeah.
nothing to make us think he won't be back again
Yeah.
sometime
That's like
soon. You know what I mean?
a Nate Diaz loss. You know how Nate Diaz be losing, but he
Yeah,
do something in the fight where it's okay. Now it's he. We just gonna talk about that. He lost to Leon Edwards, but he lost all 5 rounds to Leon Edwards. But hey, he punched him in the end and wobbled him and then pointed at him and made a fucking historical picture. So Nate Diaz finds a way to lose a fight, but just still when he lost to Jake Paul, he
mm-hmm.
got his ass whipped by Jake Paul, but he put Jake Paul in the guillotine, and that's all anybody talks about. Hey, if he wanted to, he could have just choked Jake Paul out and just ended him right there.
Yeah.
Nate Diaz be finding his way. Paulo Costa found his way. He fought a good fight with Robert Whittaker.
Man,
Ain't nobody gonna hate on him for that. That was a good ass fight.
nah, it was good to see the whole card really, or the whole main card at least. I feel like even prelims we got some good ones, but main card just feel like we didn't really get a bad fight, honestly.
Nope,
The
nope.
whole time, man. I'm trying to think what the stand. Well, ooh, I don't know what the standout was because it was honestly so many good stuff. Obviously, the knockout.
Yeah, the Taporia was a standout.
Yeah.
Taporia was a standout.
Mm-hmm.
Anthony Hernandez submitting Kopolov was pretty crazy because
Yeah, especially to
he
start
was
us
kind of
off.
yeah he was kind of going through some deep waters at first. Marab Marab versus Henry Cejudo was fucking crazy, bro. That might be the second most important fight in this whole main card.
Yeah,
Marab
no.
Henry Cejudo, because Marab's gonna fight Sean O'Malley now, and
Yeah.
that's the only person getting a title fight in this whole main card now. That's gonna be fucking crazy because Sean O'Malley's like what 5'10". It feels like 6'5" in the
Mm-hmm.
bantamweight division.
Mm-hmm.
How's how is Marab's height right there? Can you scroll down and
Uh,
click on his little profile?
where would that be?
Oh, don't try. Can you
Marab.
click on his name just on his
There
picture?
we
Oh, there you
go.
go.
We got his
How
height.
tall is he?
They say it on here.
I think he's 5'5".
5'5". Yeah, it makes sense. Let me check real quick.
Oh, right there it said 5'7", but I don't know about 5'7".
That's how like Draymond Green is 6'8", 6'9", when he's actually probably like 6'5".
Yeah. Oh, that's just 57%.
Oh,
Yeah.
whoa. But yeah, no, I'll be interested to see. But yeah, no, I think that's the whole interesting thing. I was going to ask you about that. Why was that fight? Why was that not co-main? I guess I get it,
I
but
don't
like
know.
it was weird that was seemed like a fight that was definitely like
No.
it was a fight to set up the
Yeah.
next title fight, right? Like
Uh-huh.
or almost like a semi, right? We're gonna watch the title fight and then we're gonna see whoever wins that fight this nigga. And it was weird that wasn't. It was weird that we had another
100%.
fight in between that and the main event.
Yeah. 100%. They should have did a 5-rounder for co-main event. Marab and Henry Cejudo.
Yeah, no, that was the other surprise. I was surprised we didn't get another 5-rounder. Honestly, I
Yeah.
know it's kind of hit or miss whether they do that actually, but
Mm-hmm.
I was surprised.
Saving
It felt
three.
like a card to have another 5-rounder. It felt weird to see niggas that have just fought in 5 rounds. Like we've known have fought 5 rounds before, fighting in a 3-round fight. It's
Yeah.
interesting.
Exactly.
They got
People
Cejudo.
who thrive 5
They got
fight in blue.
they got Marab at 5'6".
5'6" in between. All right. 5'6".
But yeah, it's gonna
That's
be
really short. That is really short, man. Weird.
it's gonna make an interesting fight, definitely. But he also just I don't know. He seemed I want to say I guess unfazed. I don't know. He just like he just it was nonstop. It was all fight all
That's how
round.
he is.
He was
Yeah.
just it was constant activity. It was like good with the hands, but then also anytime like they got in the clinch or like just yeah active. Got this nigga to the ground a lot. Just
Like yeah, like instantly when he shoots for the single, like
mm-hmm,
he'll like legs try to leg sweep you like instantly,
mm-hmm,
like in fucking round two, round three, round four, like round five. It
mm-hmm.
doesn't make sense. I don't understand that kind of cardio, bro. I really don't, because it's not normal cardio.
Yeah.
It's like it's not running cardio. It's so
He says
weird.
the. I mean, he. I feel like he subscribes to my like the best way to get into basketball shape is to play basketball theory because it seems like the way he was describing it, this nigga's just like, oh, I'm just not gonna stop. Like I'm not
Yeah,
gonna take time off
yeah.
in between fights, but also like the week before a fight, I'm not gonna take off. Like I'm just gonna be constantly pushing and training. I've always had that theory. Like, yeah, the best way to have really good conditioning for a thing is just to continue to do the thing over and over and over again. So.
You see that a lot
Mm-hmm,
in the top fighters, the best fighters in the world. They're the people who don't take off seasons. They're the people who
mm-hmm.
don't finish their fight and then
Yeah.
fucking forget about their diet, who finish their fight and forget about their training routine. Like there's a
Mm-hmm,
lot of people who do that, and I'm not gonna shit on them because fuck, they way better in their lives than I am. But I'm just saying, but like it seems like the people who just fucking stay dedicated to this shit
mm-hmm,
and like stay disciplined throughout training camps, like when they're not
mm-hmm.
in the middle of a training camp and they still stay disciplined as if they are in a training camp. Those are like literally all the greats. Like
Yeah.
literally, those are all the. Is it the same in basketball? Like, or does everybody really just like focus during off season?
I was gonna say it's actually a weird it's been a weird move to that, right? Like I feel like it used to be more normal for niggas to kind of let themselves go over the off season. Like Shaq was always famous for playing himself into shape. Even like Luka's kind of famous for playing himself into shape a little bit, kind of type thing. But you do see
Yeah,
the change. Like you know, it was like you see the change. You see a guy. You started hearing guys say it's like yeah, you kind of it switched from like taking your summer off to like Steph's gonna get either win the championship or get eliminated. He's gonna take 2 weeks off, and then he's like, it's like right back to work pretty much at that point, and it's
yeah.
nonstop kind of type shit. But you've seen
Hmm.
that become more of the norm in the NBA, where it's like you're gonna take a little bit of time off. Just the era of getting yourself into shape, like when you get to training camp, isn't as much of a thing as it used to be, I think, in basketball. So you see that change. But then you look at it like the peak, like the LeBrons, the Mikes, like
Kobe.
yeah, Kobe, they were always kind of putting, like the Kobe versus Shaq is probably a good comp, right? Because it
Yeah,
tells you both
exactly.
levels of what the superstars
Yeah.
look like, right?
No.
You had the Kobe
Yeah.
side, yeah, where yeah, that nigga was nonstop. He was going to be working on his body every moment he could to make sure he was ready versus Shaq, who was definitely a play myself into shape during the season type of nigga. And
Yeah.
even recover from an injury. Like he would this nigga Shaq would wait to get surgery until the season started. Like he wouldn't get surgery during the summer if he knew he needed to get surgery. He said, I'm going to recover on company time because I got hurt on company time." So he was always an
Hey,
interesting nigga with that shit.
shouts out to him. Shouts out to him for that. Hey, fuck the stats. I'm just gonna live my life.
Yeah, no, he was always interesting. And the only nigga talented enough to do it, probably, and still dominate like he did.